Good afternoon. As you might imagine, I'm very humbled and touched right now. I want to thank you, Dr. Robinson, for that very thoughtful and insightful introduction, and quite witty. Yeah. And as you are well aware, I am Maurice Edington, the 10th President of the University of the District of Columbia. Thank you. And I'm extremely delighted to welcome you all to Firebird Nation. Yes. I want to start by thanking and recognizing our Mayor, Muriel Bowser. Thank you. In so many ways. I always joke about her, but it's a true story. When we first met back in June in her office, and Chair Bell and I, we had a good meeting, and she was filling me out. Who is this dude? All right, we had a good discussion. But at the end, she picked up this big old pamphlet. It's like this big. She said, here, read this. Right? Remember that? She said, read this. And I said, well, it must be important, right? And it was the DC's comeback plan, the mayor's economic development strategy for the district to come back from the pandemic. And I scoured it and read it, and it helped to shape my vision and understanding for this institution, and we baked that into our strategic plan. And I just want to thank you for your constant support. Madam Mayor, you and your team have welcomed me, embraced me and Tanya, and I appreciate you. Thank you. I also want to recognize all of our appointed and elected officials, all of our visiting delegates. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you, and our guests. The mayor pointed out my good friend, our Ward 3 council member, Matthew Fruman, is there. I kind of see you in the back. Thank you, sir, for always having my back. Appreciate you. He's a great supporter of this institution. I also want to recognize the members of our Board of Trustees, including Chair Bell, our executive cabinet and senior leadership team, our deans, our faculty senate chair, Arlene King-Berry, and faculty members, thank you, as well as our staff, our students, and our alumni, thank you. I also want to recognize and thank our First Lady, my lovely wife, Tanya Edington. And I'm going to take a few minutes, Denise, to have some personal presidential privilege. Denise. Because I want to acknowledge and thank each and every one of you for being here. And I mean that very sincerely. It truly touches my heart that you took time and used your resources to share in this wonderful moment in my life. Right? That means a lot to me, each and every one of you. And I was reflecting a few days ago that it's rather significant that when I think about every phase of my life from birth up until today, there are people in this room who represent every single phase of my life from the time I was born, in the same room, at the same time, on the other side of the continent where I was born. That's amazing to me. Appreciate that. My family from California are here. Thank you all. My big brother, cousins, and their families, appreciate you all. My college friend and fraternity brother is here. We've had each other's back since 1989, right? When we pledged that great fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha. As you heard, my mentor from college is here. That's impressive. She's like my second mother, if you didn't know. My close circle of friends are here who I met in my early days at FAMU from 25 years ago, as you've heard. We met as colleagues, but we are friends, lifelong friends. We support each other every day along the way. My former students are here from FAMU, right? They're grown now, but they are my children, right? I truly love each and every one of you like you are my child. I know you know that, and I mean that. Those are my kids. Thank you. My family from Florida is here. Thank you all. Thank you. Oh, yeah. The Bards clan is well represented. And if you didn't know, they roll deep, okay? So thank you all. This family has embraced me from day one. Long before I married into the family, they were my family. They've always treated me as family from the first time I met them over 20 years ago, and that's thanks to my good friends, Jerome and LaWanda Fitz, who embraced me as a brother and introduced me to the family, and they've been with me and by my side for a long time. Thank you. I love y'all. Really appreciate it. And then you think about it, right? My other family, those Rattlers are in the house, right? That's my family, right? That's right. The Rattlers are here. And if you didn't know, the Rattlers always have your back. When they say once a Rattler, always a Rattler, it's like a cult. It's like the mafia. And if you didn't know, you know now, right? They came up here to make sure I didn't forget that I'm still in the mafia, right? But thank y'all for coming. And we worked together. We became friends, and they have raised me up and supported me throughout my career. So thank you all. You know, my professional role model, you just heard, is here, and his lovely wife, the First Lady, Sharon. Thank you all. Tanya and I have been studying them as a president and a First Lady for about 6 years. They didn't know, but they probably just found out a few months ago. But I told Dr. Thompson all the time, I would take notes and study him. Tanya, I said, you know, you got a role model right there. She's studying her. Then Ms. Robinson started giving her tips on how to shop and how to dress. You know, I heard, you know, it's good advice. And we was writing this stuff down and putting it in our little notebook. And, you know, we were blessed to pull it out and start using it. But I've had very good role models for what we're doing here. So I appreciate you all. And then, of course, my new family, right? Well represented here, of course, my UDC family and my DC family. Thank you all. Thank you all. I said, there has been no disruption in terms of us feeling like we're part of a family, from leaving Tallahassee, Florida, to coming to DC, the university community, our board, the local community, Madam Mayor, your team, our friends out in the community, the council member, particularly my best friend there, Fruman. Fruman took us around DC and introduced me and Tanya and his lovely wife, Lena, to this environment. And so we have felt welcome and embraced since day one. And I just want you to know that we really appreciate all of you all. We love you all, and we're thankful that you're here today. I also want to thank the organizing committee for their outstanding work on putting not just today's event together, but we've had a wonderful week of activities during the day and every evening. There were receptions in the night, meetings, symposiums. I mean, it's just been a wonderful week, and I've had a ball. And I really want to thank and commend Chair Bell, Dr. Rudd, and the rest of the trustees for your vision and allowing us to have this opportunity, because as much as it's about me, right, it's about UDC and our opportunity to showcase to the local community and the world who and what we are. That's what this week has been about, and that's why it's been so important. As I always say, stick your chest out with pride, and we can represent, and we've been doing that all week long. So thank you all, thank you all. Appreciate that. And I can tell you, it's an incredible honor just to be able to stand up before you and commemorate and celebrate this next chapter in UDC's history. All right, today is a day of significance for the university, and also a day rich with significance for me both personally and professionally. I'm filled with humility and gratitude. Humility that I have been chosen to guide this storied institution toward the future, and gratitude for all the mentors whose faith in me led me here to this moment. People like my big brother, Alfonso, who insulated and protected me as a child. He's only 2 years older than me, but he seemed like he was 10, 15 years older than me growing up. And he protected me since the day I came out the womb so that I could grow and develop in a safe environment. I was a little nerdy growing up, and he was Mr. Cool. You know, he still is. Right? I grew out of that nerdiness, though. Thank you. But he protected me, and he let everybody know that I was not one to be messed with. I'm going to tell you, that's no lie. People like my big cousins, James and Frank, right? They were both big brothers to me and Alfonso, and they stepped in while we were growing up the whole way, and even till to this day, and they filled the void that was not there when our parents were not around. Coached me in basketball and encouraged me to pursue a path in education, partly because I didn't have a career in basketball, right? And they both are contractors. They have their own businesses in construction and other areas. And while they were growing and establishing their businesses, they would provide Al and myself opportunities to work, sometimes letting me paint and hammer. But I had no talent there either. So they quickly encouraged me to get focused on education. So thank you. But they would put a little money in my pocket every now and then, and it went a long way. Right? People like Dr. Priscilla Evans, who offered me a lifeline when I didn't have funds to stay at Fisk University. She taught me the joys of research. She led me to pursue a Ph.D., and she is the sole inspiration for me wanting to be an educator. I wanted to be just like her and have the impact on young people that she had on me, so thank you. There also mentors people like Dr. Ralph Turner, people like Linda Barnes-Miles, people like Gita Pitter, Rodney Wright, Cindy Hughes Harris, Beverly Barrington, Shantae Friday Stroud. Right? These are people who provided opportunities for me to advance and grow professionally, and they pushed me to be the best that I could all the time. They pushed me. And as you notice, most of them are women. They were my big sisters, right? And they act like it, too. They still do. When I wouldn't do certain things, one of them would say, Maurice, do what we just told you to do. And I had no choice, so thank you. There are also people like Gwendolyn Worlds. It's our big sister, and we call her the family consultant. She is. Tanya and I, I'm not exaggerating, Tanya and I do not make any major decisions without seeking her wise counsel. Thank you. We call her the consultant. That's her name around the house. And we have people like Dr. Larry Robinson, who took me under his wing when I was an unseasoned 28-year-old assistant professor at FAMU. I didn't know how close I came to not being a professor at FAMU. But thank you, sir. And he modeled what grace under pressure looks like. He taught me how to foster collaboration and teamwork, and he taught me how to lead. Each of these individuals believed in me. They saw things in me before I saw them, and they offered me opportunities to grow and to thrive. Each of them was my teacher, because education, as we know, isn't something that happens only in a vacuum of a classroom. It's not limited to textbooks and lab reports and final exams. It's an ongoing investment in the well-being of others. Teachers are all around us, supporting our personal evolution from the day we start to crawl to the day we get our first job, through the day we start a family and the many decades that follow. Education isn't just about transforming minds, it's about transforming lives. That's what motivates me each and every day, to serve through education, to personally invest in others the way my mentors invested in my success and well-being. Since becoming a faculty member some 25 years ago, I've been on a mission to offer my students the same level of support, the same level of intellectual stimulation, the same types of opportunities that my mentors provided to me. They fostered in me a mission mindset to lift up my students, to give them the tools to help transform their lives, to recognize their talents even before they see them. This is my mission at the University of the District of Columbia, which I am proud to call my new home. This university has so much to offer. It has an incredible student body, an outstanding and devoted faculty, top-notch staff. We have many bold goals ahead of us, and you've heard some of them today. right? We want to be a world-class flagship university for the nation's capital. We want to be a national model for urban student success, a workforce and economic mobility engine for this district, a research and innovation hub that's focused on addressing and solving the district's most critical challenges, and a university that unites all of its stakeholders in alignment of a shared vision for one UDC. And we're going to get there, not just because we have a new comprehensive strategic plan, but because we are driven. I'm not the only individual in this room and at this university with a mission mindset. Many of us are inspired by a similar call. Now's our time to come together and let the power of alignment move us forward. To my many teachers and mentors, I offer my most heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. To the Office of the Mayor, DC Council members, members of the Board of Trustees, thank you for your steadfast support and continued commitment to the advancement of this great institution. To all my family, friends, and former students, I hope you feel the extent of my pride and the elation at your many achievements. To my wife, Tanya, and my daughter, Gabriella, thank you for your continued love and support. And to my UDC family, thank you for welcoming me with open arms. It is my utmost honor to lead you as we forge ahead. I look forward to working with you together as we realize our full potential together as one UDC. We will boldly move this institution forward, go places we've never been before, and we'll do it together and have the ultimate outcome of transforming and improving the lives of the residents of the District of Columbia. Thank you.